And then he goes from that and he makes a comparison between the wealthy giver and the poor giver. And it's this picture where giving comes from abundance for the wealthy, and it comes from dependence from this poor widow. You have the wealthy coming up, and out of their wealth, they're giving a percentage, and they're putting it in the plate, and everybody's seeing what's happening because the giving is in this marketplace kind of setting. And this crowd is here because Jesus is there. So all these people are there, and they're all around, and there's a lot going on, and Jesus is sitting there watching, observing, teaching. And everybody wants to be around Jesus. So he's got his disciples, and then he's got these crowds, and they're all sat in the marketplace right before the place where they give their offerings to the temple. And they watch the wealthy come up, and the wealthy come up, and they come up as a family, and they walk up to the plate, and they drop their money in. And you have this moment, and you see this thing, and it's this event that happens. And then you have this poor widow who probably no one's paying attention to. She probably walked through the crowd unseen. She probably walked through the crowd unnoticed because those people didn't want to have to talk to her because maybe she was going to ask them for money. And she goes up to the plate or the box or whatever it was, and she puts in these 2 copper coins that are essentially, according to Jesus, all that she has. So we see this picture of one giving out of abundance. And we see this other picture of one giving out of dependence. She gave all that she had because, in essence, she believed that God was the giver of everything. She depended on God for every single moment, so she was going to give what she had. I just have to tell you that this thing that we're talking about, this idea of generosity with your life, and this example of the poor widow is significant. Because your money really does tell this story. And so what story does it tell about you? Because there's a story of giving out of abundance, and there's a story of giving out of dependence. And we have this woman who gives everything that she has because she trusts God with everything. So I have to ask the question, do you trust God with everything?